Hello everybody, welcome back to Etc. And today we have a brand new series for you all in the brand new year. As it is now finally 2021, hopefully things are looking up as we are past that atrocious year behind us. And yeah, hopefully we can do better this year. We can grow our channel, grow as a community, and yeah, I'm just hoping for more of the same stuff and hopefully uh, more and better content from us, I guess. But enough with the rambling. This new series, as you've probably clicked on for a reason, is our new space rocket series, the Etc. Space Program, ESP. And what that means is basically we're going to be building lots of space rockets, probes, rovers, whatever. Anything that gets launched into space is going to be built. Basically. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to aerospace, generally everything. And as this kind of follows along the same lines of Star Wars, generally space stuff, except this is, IRL, real space stuff. That could happen, well, is happening, or happened in the near future or in the recent past. But why don't we get onto the tutorial, shall we? So behind me is the massive SLS Block 1, I believe. And this Block 1 is the crew command module, because there's multiple different SLS variants. There's the crew one that I built. There's the cargo one with the massive fairing on top. And then there's the cargo crew one, the in-between one that has a fairing plus a command pod, which would usually entitle some type of rover being taken. So yeah, this is the crew block 1, and let's get into the build. I must mention that if you would rather have the crew block 2 or the crew cargo, I think, are the two other names I don't remember. Just replace the command pod here and basically just make this a big fairing. It's basically just a big thing of white concrete. Pretty straightforward and simple. But, yeah, let's start the tutorial, shall we? So, we will be building it over here, the new launch pad that I constructed. It's pretty janky at the moment. It's just gray concrete and relatively janky launch tower. Right here by the big black box where we build our Star Wars tutorials, which, if you haven't seen, should totally go check out. This is the T6 Jedi Shuttle that came out only a few days ago that you should definitely go watch. But enough self-promo aside. First, we start here at the bottom with the Mastodon Mammoth engines. These are basically just 3x3 or 5x5 squares that are too tall, made out of black concrete with the corners missing. So if we come over here, let's give us some good clearance here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And then exact same thing here, just with a space in between, so they're not touching, because that would be kind of not ideal. They would be merged together. So just like this. Oh crap, I messed that up. Actually, no I didn't. And right here. So there are 4 of these Mastodon liquid fuel engines that are part of the first stage of the rocket. If you're not a mega rocket nerd, then I'm not sure exactly why you're watching this video and tutorial. But I'm still gonna give the explanation that these are the first stage boosters, mainly meant to get the massive payload that these rockets will be carrying out of the atmosphere. So, here are the mammoth boosters. Too tall. I just added the extra layer. And then go one block inside and just make this a square. So, square on top. I mean, you don't have to... I'm not filling in the center block. It's just, I don't know, say you're building this in survival and you don't need to fill it in because that would be a waste of resources. Alrighty, so here are the Mastodon Mammoth engines. Now, for the fuel bottom part of the fuel reserve, it's just inverted, basically. It's just the inverted part of the engine. So, except only one block. So, another square of white concrete on top of all of these. Boom, boom, boom. And, little thing is that I am building these, on the launch pad, basically. And, you don't need to. You could, of course, raise it up and just, say, do a glass trick or whatnot, with, say, flames coming out the bottom. But here, do the exact same thing with the Mastodon engines, except the exact same shape, I should say, with the white concrete right here, diagonally, horizontally, I believe, is the architecture big brain word for it. And it's exactly the same, oh crap, it's exactly the same for all four of the engines. So just going around here, doing it repeated. Alright, oh, forgot about this one. And yeah, so just break the corners and have that. So now we get into the big rocket liquid fuel tank, and it's relatively straightforward. It's just the same thing that we built there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more blocks up. So we now connect these. So just like so. And through the gaps, it's just one more block up, and then just bring the white concrete across the 2-block gap. And the 4 corners, do not bring across, leave them still exactly the same. Leave them empty, I guess. So that's 1 block plus, and then this just goes up 4 more blocks. I mean, technically 5, including this one, but 4 plus this one. So, I'm just gonna speed up the footage here, because it's kind of pointless to, you know, show you all of it. It's the exact same thing over and over, so go! Okay, so here is the base of the giant SRB liquid fuel tank. And this is just the white part here at the bottom. So, after that, it's the exact same thing plopped on it. the exact same shape, I should say. Going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26 blocks. I probably should have measured that first. But, you know, doesn't matter too much. So, it's 27 blocks of orange concrete. It doesn't have to be exactly 27 blocks, give or take a few. If you want to make it a wee bit taller, you can. It doesn't need to be precisely that. But it's just exactly the same thing, but with orange concrete this time, and much taller. So I'm going to speed up the footage once again, because it's so pointless of you guys just watching me go bring it all the way up for a stupid amount of time. So, just speed the footage up, go! Okay, so now that the big orange fuel tank is, well, not exactly done yet. I cut it here because there's finally a wee bit of variation in the design, which is now there's a strip of yellow concrete, then 1, 2, 3, 4 orange, and then yellow, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 orange. So basically yellow for orange, yellow, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, and then 10 orange. So basically like that. And then on top of that, it is 2 thick yellow, and then 3 thick orange. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So this is basically the rest of the rocket in pillar form. And yeah, I'm just gonna do a cut here because I'm pretty sure y'all heads are spinning from just seeing the sped up. Well, leave a comment down below. Do you guys like seeing this sped up footage of me building it, or do you guys just like seeing the simple, easy cuts? To me, it doesn't really matter. It's really up to you guys, because you're the ones who actually see the videos and need the tutorials, so yeah, leave a comment down below. But I'm just going to finish up the rest of the rocket here. Alrighty, so now that we got generally most of the massive liquid fuel tank done, now, I'll save the SRBs for last. Now we can work on the crew module in the upper stage. So, this upper stage is a decoupler, actually, like, in the design of the actual SLS rocket. This is a decoupler where this would be a liquid fuel tank, and underneath here would be an RL-10 engine or engines, depending on which model. The bigger ones, the SL, the Block 2B, A, whatever. The one with the massive fairing that's meant for cargo has multiple of the RL-10 engines strapped to the bottom, while just a crew command module would just have one. And this would be the second stage rocket, and the second stage is not nearly as big as the first stage, if you know generally anything about rockets and outer space physics. is that once you get into space, it does not take much of a push to get you far. While to get out of the atmosphere, you kind of need this massive thing. So, yeah. So now we'll start constructing the upper stage here. So, first off, push it in 1, fill in the corners, and then it would go up 4. So, little something like this. Still using the orange concrete. So, just like so. A shape something a little bit like this. Just like this, actually. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just fill this all in. Same thing on all these sides. It's completely symmetrical. Most of the things that I build are like 100% symmetrical on both axes. So it's like I don't really need to show the entire thing being built, but because this is such a small part, I'll do it anyways. Alright, so now this is the decoupler that the RL10 engine would sit in, and I'm not going to build that. I mean, I didn't build it, and I'm not gonna, because it's gonna be concealed the entire time. But if you want to yourself, go ahead. I must say that all of my designs are completely, you can change in any way, shape, or form. And it's like, it doesn't have to be rigid, whatever I build, you have to build. You can always tweak it and, you know, make it better if you probably could do. Alright, so here we get to the small liquid fuel tank and the command module. So for the liquid fuel tank, the small one, that basically fuels the RL10 engine. It's the exact same thing underneath. Fill in the corners. And then same thing here. So just like so. Yep, exact same shape with the missing corners, but the corner is filled in, I guess. Heavy air quotes around filled in underneath. And this goes up 1 more block, so it's 2 blocks tall in total. Alright. Now for the crew module itself. I just realized something. This looks like a one-eyed Lorax. Oh, do you see that? Looks like the eye, the orange skin, the massive mustache. Oh, I shouldn't have pointed that out. That it looks like a massive Lorax. Moving on swiftly along, to the actual crew cabin. It's just the exact same shape. Black concrete, just 1 strip of it, and then 4 blocks tall of white concrete. And then here we have the red and blue, blue terracotta and red mushroom block. Did I say blue terracotta? Blue concrete and the red mushroom block. I'm using the red mushroom block as a semi-American flag because it's red and white. It was the closest thing I could find. And the blue concrete as a NASA symbol, as this is a NASA American rocket. So, it goes something like this. Wait, I feel like I messed something up here. Because this seems a wee bit too big. Just a wee bit. Oh, I'm a complete moron. I actually don't really know 100% what I did here. But, just fill it in once more. Do the exact same thing. Too tall once again. Sorry if I kind of lost track there. I lost track of what I was doing as well. So, boom, 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 boom. Oh, yep, corner. And then here. I do these shapes because they're kind of the closest thing to a circle in Minecraft. I mean, it's definitely not the closest thing. You can add thousands of more corners. But, I say it gets the job done. Looks pretty good. Alrighty. So, goodbye corner. Here is a strip of the black concrete. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this is the command module, or command pod. So, here we go. And, yeah, the command pod is for Project Artemis, and as the whole SLS is mainly for Project Artemis, where the United States of America is trying to go back to the moon by 2024, and apparently the SLS is the plan to get back there. And this will be the crew command module that they will be using. Or I should say we will. I'm from America. Show my American pride. But continuing on, the tippy top point of the command pod here is just diagonal up 3 times until they meet in the middle. So, literally just like this. Boom, boom, and then boom, boom. Literally, that's it. I think, I'm pretty sure. This is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, diagonal, diagonal. Oh, I'm an idiot. I feel like I've said that multiple times in this video. But, yeah. Basically the same thing, just extend that one more block out. And then here, red mushroom, blue concrete, red mushroom, blue concrete, because it has, of course, the American flag and the NASA symbol slapped all over it, so in case any alien civilization tries to mess with them, they know they're going to be nuked. So same thing on the side here. Boom, and boom. So, that is basically it, except for the tiny little diorite pillar on top, which is basically a model of the Orion Launch Escape system. So, now that we got most of it done, the main bulk of it, we can add some small details onto the fuel tank. I couldn't think of the word there for a second. So first off, we start with the mildly terrifying Lorax's eyes. And all it is in the center here, black concrete, white concrete, to make that hideous looking thing. Now that I see it, I can't unsee it. And do it on all sides. Truth be told, I don't exactly know what these markings are, the black and white markings on the actual SLS, what they mean. I think they just mean, like, danger, caution. This thing is extremely flammable and will probably blow up if an ember touches it. But, whatever. Alright, so now that that's there, the fuel strip thing, not exactly sure. I know it's a fuel tank, like, transfer thing to take fuel from up here, down to the engines, or, like, monorepellent or something. I'm not 100% sure. It's a liquid pipe thing that pumps it down to the engines. That's my basic understanding of it. I probably should have done a wee bit more research before I made this video, but I think it's fine. But it's just an andesite wall, one block up from the first or most bottomest yellow stripe, and then sandstone walls all the way down till the very bottom. Oh, whoops. Until right here, and then there's little fuel thing. So andesite, 2 blocks more down, and then off to the sides, and then just 1 block in, I guess. Nobody's really going to be looking at the bottom unless you have it say launch, then people are going to be looking at it from the bottom. But just fill it in, whatnot. Okay. Oh, wait, I forgot about the one last one here. It's not too picky about where it's at. Closer to the bottom. It's just white, white, black, black. So, just like so. It doesn't have to be anywhere specific, just relatively closer to the bottom. Okay, time for the SRBs. SRBs stand for Solid Rocket Boosters, if you did not know. And the SRBs are one of the key components of getting the massive payload, which would be on this experimental rocket, to space. As they have a very large thrust-weight ratio. They're definitely not as efficient, but they do provide enormous amounts of thrust, and that's really all that matters to get out of the atmosphere. So, starting from the bottom here, where the actual engines are, I guess, it's light gray concrete, and in the middle here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's the exact same shape as the Mammoth engines, but in light gray. So boom, 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 boom. And then exact same thing right here. Okay, so now this is the heat shield part, I believe. I believe it's like a heat shield to aim the flames downwards if anything goes wonk, or to protect the gimbaling mechanisms. I'm not fully sure. I definitely should have done more research. But, alas, it is basically generally the same shape, but with corners filled in and 1 block out. So, just like these. So, 1 block out from the actual engine part, and then filling in the corners. But, so, it's 1 block out here from this part, and then the corners are filled in. So, a more cylindrical circle, I believe, would be the term for it. Oh, crap. I got stuck in the engines. Alright. So, just like so. And then I guess I'll just fill this in. Next up is back 1 block in, same shape as generally most of this rocket. 5x5 with the corners missing, with the white concrete going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 blocks. So, I'm just gonna cut it, because it's not gonna take too long. So, now that we got the 9 blocks up, here is, some details. Basically, it is just a ring of black concrete. And, it's honestly not that tricky. Oh, yeah, one thing to mention, I'm not going to put any, radial decouplers on this thing, because it's basically just right up against it, and there would really be no space and kind of make it look a little bit wonk. But from there, we'll add in these details later, but it just goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then another one, and then 10, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another one. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, crap, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, black, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, black, 1, 2, 3, 4, black, and then white. So, just like that. And, yeah, let me fill it in, shall I? Okay, so now that the rest of the SRB is actually built, we can top it off here with basically the same thing we did for the command module. Just goes boom, 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 and then up. Alrighty, let me fill this in. Boop. Okay, so now for the itty-bitty little detail markings that make this thing look a bit more cool. All they are diagonal strips of black concrete that are 2 blocks tall. So 1 block down from the third black ring, 2, and then 2. So boom, boom, and then boom, boom. And same thing here, boom, and then boom. And it's the exact same thing on this section, I guess. So boom, 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 boom. Just 1, 2, space, 1, 2, and then same thing on this side right here. So that is basically it. That is it. It's just the fact that gotta build the SRB on the other side, and the SRB is precisely the same, like 100% identical on the other side, except the black markings are on this side instead of this side. So let me just cut to that because it's not too interesting. It's literally the same thing, just built again. It's literally just the same thing mirrored on the other side. It's precisely the same thing, I promise you. And that is it for the SLS. It is quite a cool rocket. I can't wait for it to actually be seen launched effectively, hopefully, for Project Artemis. Hopefully it's going to be really cool, returning back to the moon in 2024. And yeah, and I also, you know what else I look forward to? I kind of butchered that. You subscribing. Oh yeah, look at that segue. But really, if you enjoyed, please subscribe, or leave a like, or even leave a comment down below for what other space theme stuff you guys would like to see, or more Star Wars stuff if you guys like that as well. But signing off for now. Goodbye.